I remember getting extremely excited for Apple events, the announcements of new hardware, and I'm no longer an iPhone user. I migrated to Android earlier this year. I still have my iPad, but that's about it. I don't have that loyalty. I don't get super excited about the new releases. Mostly because like the stuff that I have does everything just, well enough that I don't feel the need to shell out more money when they put out shiny new products in front of me. It's a very weird thing coming from a tech YouTuber, but a phone is a phone. Like it's fine. It's what I have here is fine. But a lot of people are very excited, and because this is kind of my job, I did follow the presentation. And perhaps the most controversial part of the presentation is the fact that Apple decided to ditch earpods and, perhaps most importantly, power bricks, the little box that you actually plug into the wall to charge your phone. Citing environmental concerns, they said they're just not going to ship that with your phone anymore. Not just the phone, Apple Watches as well. iPads will still have the power brick, probably because the power brick that comes with the iPad is a 15-watt power brick as opposed to the 5-watt power brick that comes with iPhones and Apple Watches. Not many people have 15-watt power bricks lying around unless you're, an iPad or some kind of fast-charging phone user. So it makes sense that the iPad will stick with the power brick for now. And of course, Apple cited environmental concerns. Now, when this news came out, and to call it news is perhaps a misnomer because this was rumored way back in like June. Most analysts had predicted correctly, as it turns out, that Apple would decide to do away with including a power brick with your phone. The environmental concern is the main justification. The secondary justification, I imagine, goes, well, if you're buying a phone, you probably already have a phone. You already have something plugged into your wall, right now. You don't need another one. So it does make some sense at face value, but there are a few problems with that decision, in my opinion. Now, I live in this weird, magical land where I'm surrounded by electronics because of my work here on YouTube. I get, I'm sent stuff to review. So every time I open one of these boxes and I see one of these little power bricks, I feel a little bad. Like it feels like this is wasted on me because I don't need it. I don't even think I have power outlets, like available power outlets in my apartment anymore. So even back in June when next iPhones are probably not going to have power bricks, and knowing the way Apple sways the industry, it's likely that they won't be alone in that for very long. Other phone manufacturers will probably join them in not including a power brick with their products anymore. Now, before I get all cynical on you, there is obviously some science that backs up the idea that including a power brick with new phones is very wasteful. Back in 2017, the International Telecommunications Union produced a document called the Global E-Waste Monitor: Quantities, Flows, and Resources. In the document, they claim that the industry collectively produces over 1 million tons in these external chargers, they call it, these power bricks that you plug into the wall. And they're not alone in that assessment. The CEO of Anker claimed back in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, that they produce 300,000 tons in external chargers. Now, obviously there's a big discrepancy there from the whole industry collectively producing 1 million tons of external chargers and Anker saying that they are responsible for 300,000 of that. But undoubtedly, producing these things creates electronic waste. There's no questioning that. And it's not just the waste created by manufacturing these extra power bricks for people who probably don't have a use for it, like it's my case. Including power bricks with these small electronics like cell phones makes the box a little bit bulkier, which means that shipping these things, the logistics, become more expensive. You can't fit quite as many inside a container when they're being shipped from China to wherever they're going. You take away the power brick, you're saving some money there, and you're also saving some money in the logistics. You can cram more phones there, making shipment a little cheaper. And in these COVID times, everything is belly up right now. Supply chain logistics, that's not immune to that. So if they can shave off some money in shipping these things around, obviously, they basically win twice when you think about it. Because remember, they're still selling you chargers. It's just not going to be included when you buy your phone. And that's when you get to the crux of the matter. Like, obviously they cited environmental concerns because that's more PR friendly, but in reality, they're saving a lot of money by just upselling you a charger when you get to the cash register. They don't even have cash registers at the Apple Store. It's like the genius guys with the little cell phone thing, right? That was some boomer shit right there. Cash register? So let's see. They're going to charge you extra for a separate charger. They're going to be saving money already before these things even get to the store. So, and they get to make it sound like they're super concerned with the environment and they're doing these things, they're making these changes just because they care about the environment, when in reality, we know that's not really the case. And there's also the suspicion that one of the goals behind this transition is to get the customer familiarized with the idea of not charging their phones in conventional ways anymore, like doing away with the charging port altogether and going entirely with induction charging. Now, that may sound like it's a little crazy, but I'll bet getting rid of the headphone jack sounded pretty crazy back then too. And not only did they do it, but they pushed a big chunk of the industry to follow suit. So for better or worse, whatever Apple decides might be defining the standard for cell phones in the future, like it or not. That kind of sucks though, right? Because if you don't like what they're doing with the iPhone, you can just say, well, I'm an Android user, so I don't care. But guess what? Whatever they come up with might be coming to an Android near you very soon. So, you know, like it or not, you still have to care about what Apple's doing. I'm gonna be real with you here for a moment. If environmental concerns were really that driving force behind Apple's business decisions, they probably wouldn't have insisted on proprietary charging ports for as long as they have, right? Because that creates a lot of unnecessary trash. Like in my house here, most of my things are USB-C, which means I only need one cable for everything. Same cable in the car, same cable on my bedside table, same cable here on my computer. I can plug my my Oculus Quest, I can plug my phone, I can plug my headphones, I can plug everything into the same thing. And then because of my iPad, I have to keep one lightning cable by my bedside. It's a bummer. It's a pain in the ass. And yes, I do understand that newer iPad models have finally transitioned to USB-C, but that's too little too late if you ask me. Bottom line is, let's be honest, they don't care that much about the environment. They're looking at upselling you chargers and saving on the logistics. That's what it is. Look, if burning down whatever's left of the rainforest meant adding another 60 cents to Apple stock prices, Tim Cook himself would be down there with a blowtorch. I guarantee you, yes, they do care about green, just not the one they tell you they care about.